Happy Wednesday evening. So I wanted to drop in with an 8 o'clock training for you this evening, which I thought would be really, really relevant to lots of you that are struggling to party right now. Hi guys, happy Wednesday evening. So, feel free to tag your teamies. Please say hello when you come on, because I love to know you're there. I'm not talking to myself. I know it's late. Some of you are probably like winding down. For me, I'm winding up because Mike's gone out for dinner. Harry's watching his TV programme. Artie's in bed. Alice is on the computer, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to bag a little bit of time to just come and speak to you guys. And I appreciate that I'm live in here quite a lot and there's a lot to catch up on. But this is going to be one of those trainings that I want you to tag every single one of your team in. Because this is going to be useful and I'm going to YouTube it and it's going to be useful. So, hi Emily, hi Michelle, hi Owen, hi Laura, hi Layla, hi Raina, and hi Mika, my lovely Michelle. Right, okay, so I want to talk to you about parties, bag parties, borough bags, and all that jazz. It basically is just an umbrella name for partying, okay? And I got myself into a mindset last month where I was very much like, oh, no one wants to have a party for me. I was in that place where lots of you guys are, where you say, no one wants to party, I can't get anyone to have parties, and I just fill my own head with a shitload of negativity, okay? Tell me if you're there, because I know that there are lots of you that are thinking, I can't have a party, don't know how to party, too scared to party, okay? Been there and I've done it. So, I watched a training last night that was in a group, I can't remember what the group's called, and I will try and find it and share it so that you can watch the exact training. But I'm basically going to just regurgitate it. Cinderella carriage, that's where it all started for you. I'm literally just going to regurgitate the information that I found, but put a bit of a twist on it for us here. And hopefully this is going to be useful. I've got a few things to show you here, and I want to talk to you about what I've been doing the past few days. So for me, I have now split my working week into team day, customer day, team day, customer day. And then I switch the days around based on whatever's going on in that week. And it works really well for me because it really means that I can home in on whatever I need to do. So today has been a customer day, even though it turned into half a team day because Georgie popped in for a cuppa and so did Jade. So they popped in about 1 and we were just all gassed until 3 o'clock. But up until that point, I was in my office sorting out an order for my customers, tagging my customers in orders. I did a spin wheel that I videoed today. Actually, did I upload that with music? Yeah, I uploaded it with music rather than went live and did like a winner for the most, for the top contributor for my group for last month. Someone that shared images all the time. Give me 2 seconds. Harry, turn that down a bit, please. Sorry, the TV creeps up a little bit in this house. As I get louder, so do they. So, what I've been doing over the last 2 days is working on something called, what I'm calling a bag party, but what my customers think is just a whiff bag, borrow. And I want to talk to you about what I'm going to be putting in them, what's going to be going out in them, what my thought process is behind them, and then also a tracking form that I've put together, which is very, very basic, which I will upload in here, because I want this to become a system that is really within my business. I feel like my customer systems are sort of now getting into place where I do the same things for my customers each month, and I'm going to pop a post up tomorrow where you're going to have an opportunity to tell me all about the systems that you have for your customers. And some of you probably think that you have none, but actually a system is just something that you repeat every single month, and you get consistent with it. So basically, I decided that I wanted my borrow bag to literally do the job for me. If people aren't physically saying, let's have a party in my house, for example, or in their house, then I can still find a way to party, but I just need to be a little bit clever about it. And it's called a bag party. And in America, these are quite big, and it's probably not something that we do enough of in the UK, but it's also not something that I've harped on enough about, and it's not something I've trained enough about. So I'm going to talk about what the differences between them are. So I have messaged 5 or 6 new customers over the last few days, and I have basically turned around and said to them, hi Michelle, I hope you're well. I know you said you wanted some samples. I have got my whiff bag that's ready to go. I can drop it off to you on Wednesday if you like. Actually on Thursday, I'm dropping it to her tomorrow morning first thing. And she was like, oh yeah, that'd be fab. I'm in. And I just said, put me your address and I will get it over to you. Okay, so very simply, Michelle's got no idea what she's getting, but normally my whiff bag would look like this. I literally just give out my bag of smells, which this is like a brand new set of samples because some of my samples were looking a bit minging. So I bought myself a brand spanking new set of samples. Now I have got 5 sets of samples in circulation that I can use, and I'm very lucky with that. But every year I buy a new set, and then I just literally replace the testers in them, and my lovely friend Faye come over and she took out all the old ones and put in all the new ones. So Michelle thinks that she is going to be getting this lovely little bag tomorrow, but actually she's going to be getting a little bit more. I'm actually in the process of just trying to find some clear bags on Amazon, like clear makeup, clear makeup carry bag. I don't actually know if that's even going to be what I'm looking for. But basically what I want is a bag that's clear, that's got a handle on it and a bit iridescent. So if anyone knows where the link is, I know that Primark had them ages ago, but I'm going to just look on Amazon for one. Now, the sort of thing I'm going to go for is something like this. And she's not going to get it in this tomorrow, but I want to get something that looks a little bit like this, okay? And inside that bag, and I'm also going to order a couple of these. Well, that's quite good though. So inside that, what I'm going to do is inside the main bag, Primark sell them, thanks Gemma, they are going to get a whole bag of fragrances that look like this, okay? So they can have all of them. Now, if you maybe need to have 2 bags going out, you could take these, your, yeah, they are called tote bags, aren't they? Clear tote bag, that's what I'll look up. You could take your testers and you could split them in half. You literally could go down the middle and be like, right, they've got a few fresh, a few fruity, a few of the new ones each, blah, 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 blah. Split them in 2, and that way you can get 2 borrow bags out at the same time. Now, I'm not going to do a typical borrow bag. A typical borrow bag for me used to always have a warmer in it because I thought, yeah, they need to try a warmer. If there's somebody that has had Scentsy before, I would never, there's no point in giving them a warmer. If they've never had Scentsy before, that's something that you could do. However, in this bag, I'm going to give them my samples, and then they are also going to get a wall fan diffuser, and they're going to get a packet of pods to try. Okay, so that's going to be going in the bag. So we've now got samples, wall fan diffuser, and pods. And then the last thing that they're going to get is a glorified sample pack, which basically is going to have a catalogue. They don't really need the stickers because they're going to have all of those to smell, and then a couple of other products. So it's not going to be too singing or dancing. I'm going to put some washer whiffs in there, like a whole cleaning thing to try, and I'm going to put a bar soak in there. I'm not going to put wax samples in there because they've got 86 wax samples to sit and smell. And I know sometimes it's nice for them to try before they buy and all that jazz, and to, you know, burn it on their tea light burners and all of that. You can if you want to, right? You can if you want to. Now, most importantly, when they get this in here, I'm not just going to put 1 catalogue. I'm going to put 5 catalogues in there, which are all going to have my stickers. They are going to have my name. They're going to have absolutely everything on them. The next thing they're all going to have inside them, and this is the most important bit, is an order form. So if you don't have order forms, get yourself on the Success Store and order yourself some order forms, okay? They are about a tenner for a pack of like loads. You don't even need to order them. If you don't want to spend lots of money and you've got a printer, you can go onto the workstation and you can print a blank copy of this off. You can print that off 5 times and just pop that in the bag. You can create your own order form if you want to. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say to Michelle, so this is all going in a pack. She's getting all of this in the pack. I've got a few leaflets here, but if I'm completely honest, the only one I really want to put in, I don't actually think I've even picked it up, is this one, which is like my, this is my borrow bag welcome leaflet. And that just tells them a little bit about my business. That's going to go in there as well. And then they're going to get delivered that in a bag, okay? So we've got sample pack with 5 catalogues, 5 order forms. I'm also going to give them the borrow bag of smells, and I'm going to give them the Wolfhound diffuser. Now, the plan is to try to give Michelle all of these goodies while Michelle is at work. So, hi Michelle, are you at work today? If you are, it's not a problem, I can drop it off to your work. You need to make it simple for them, okay? It's no good if you're saying to them, can you come and pick it up from me? No, they're your customers, they're your potential customers. You need to make this simple for them. As soon as something becomes difficult, put it this way, you go on a website and you've got to go through a whole rigmarole of registering, jumping through all these hoops before you can check out of an item. More than likely, what do? If you're me, I literally go, oh, I leave. The amount of times I click on something on on Instagram, it takes me to their website, I end up pressing the back button, I'm back on Instagram, I've lost all the things in my basket, and then I leave because it's complicated. So the more simplistic you can make it, think like Amazon, okay? Think like Amazon. I'm going to drop off your borrow bag to your work. Now, if you can get it to their work, the next thing you're going to do is something called host coaching. If you've never coached a borrow bag before, this is where you need to start doing this. And it's really, really important because it's really easy that when you get a borrow bag, quite often we drop it off to a customer, we give them all the catalogues, and then we leave them to it. We say, happy smelling, we might tag them in a post and we leave them to it. I have done this multiple times, and then they will text me and say, oh, I'm ready for you to pick it up now. And I say, brilliant, and I'm going to come and pick it up. And what happens is they've had no coaching at all to order more than whatever they want. So if, for example, they come to me with an order for a warmer and a 6-pack of wax, absolutely amazing, I've got this order. But actually, potentially, if I host coached them, I could get so much more from that. So as I leave Michelle, I'm going to text her to say, Michelle, in your bag, you've actually got 5 order forms, you've got 5 catalogues. When you go into work today, take the Wolfhound diffuser. I want you to pop the pods in. Here's a little video of how to do it in case you're not sure. Pop the pods in and put it in your office at work.
I found a few pubs near you. The first one is
Ignore my TV.
at Radwinter Avenue.
I actually don't know how to stop it.
The second one is the Fox and Hounds at Church Road, Ramsden Heath, Billericay.
How'd you stop it?
The third one is Dick
She does this all the time.
Road, Wickford.
Anyone know? Thanks. She does it all the time. Sorry. So you're going to give her the pods and you're going to give her the Wolfhound and you're going to say, plug that in at work. When you plug that in at work, feel free to give the catalogues out. There's 5 in the bag there. Let anybody have a little nose through, and if they want to keep a catalogue, that's absolutely fine. But if you can get them to send me a text to let them know that they've taken a catalogue, that would be amazing. My number is on the catalogue. Now, if Michelle's at home, for example, I would then say to her, are you going anywhere this week? Going to her friends, going to your mum's, going to your sister's? And she might say yes. And I say to her, right, brilliant, take the bag with you. And then this is where the magic's going to happen, okay? Take the bag with you. See if anybody's interested in ordering. Let's say she takes the bag with her into work and people are interested and maybe she gets £50 worth of orders, like in an ideal world, okay? What I'm then going to say to Michelle is, Michelle, if you can get that order to £245, you can keep this. You get to keep this completely for free. Now, I'm obviously giving her a lot there. That's giving quite a lot away. But potentially, if it gets £245, that's come out of my free credit. I've got that in completely free credit. I've got that in completely free credit. So I'm going to say to her, keep it. What else is it going to do? Hopefully, all of those people that have smelt the pods and smelt the diffuser, they are going to order. Why do we want them selling? Why do we want them buying pods? Why do we want them buying diffusers? I tell you, because nowhere else sells this product. Just Scentsy. You can't buy these anywhere else. You can't buy pods to go in our diffusers. You can't fit our diffusers in any other pods. So therefore, this is a really good product where they've got to come back to you for refills. So it's a really good product to get out in your bag parties, your borrow bags, your pouch parties, whatever you want to call them. But you need to talk your customers through the process. Don't just, drop off the bag and be like, look, you can have the bag. You could also do like what I call like pass the bag. So for example, Obviously, if she gets her £245 in orders, she's going to get this. And you could also give her credit if you wish to. Or you could say, like, that's what she gets as her goodies. You know, you could give her a half price item. You could give her whatever you like, okay? But for me, I'm like, let's get them involved in buying something. Let's give them a reason to want to collect £245 worth of orders in their bag. Now, more than likely, they're going to go away and they're going to be like, do you know what? I want to keep that. I love it. First of all, we all know how much we love our wall fan diffusers. We know what an amazing product they are. Give them a really good set of pods that smell absolutely amazing. How could they turn it down? Like, for me, Arctic Kiss pods are in that wall fan diffuser over there. I can smell them when I'm sitting in my lounge all the way down there. So they are like flipping amazing. So when you've got, especially if you've got customers that say, oh, I can't smell the wax, or oh, I don't like wax because, you know, it might spill. This is like the perfect thing that you can give to them as an opportunity. But it's about host coaching them, you know, telling them where to take their bag, where to get their bag, telling them when you're going to pick the bag up, making sure that they've got a date of when you're actually going to pick the bag up. Don't just focus on getting one sale. See if you can get 3 sales out of that. So how this come about, like the idea behind this is what made me start thinking, was one of my customers has got a party link open. So as soon as, for example, you give out the Borough bag, you give them a party link as well. Because you say to them, tag me on my stories with that. You know, tag me on my stories, share that with all of your friends. I'll give you a party link. I showed my customer recently how to, she was taking a picture of her warmer. I showed her how to post her link with the little link button on her Instagram, on her stories. And off the back of that, she's had 3 orders and her party's now sitting at £160. Her plan is, when she gets back, as she's in Scotland at the moment, so I said to her, Claire, when you get back, do you want my bag party? And she went, oh, do you know what? I've got a friend. I'm trying to talk her into buying a warmer. She needs to join, by the way. I keep saying this to her. She's like, I'm trying to talk her into buying a warmer. She said, maybe like we could have a little cup of coffee and we could smell all the smells in your bag. And I was like, brilliant. I'm actually going to say to her, invite a couple of the girls round. I'm not going to be there. But basically, she's having a party on the go. I'm not doing it. I'm not partying. I'm not doing the party. All she's doing is getting her friends to smell all the bits in their bag. Okay? And in return, she's already got a party open, which is amazing. I also know that she sent me 2 warmers. What was it? She's just bought a glisten. She wants a pineapple mini and she wants something else. So my thought process is, maybe not a wall fan diffuser, but I might put a pineapple mini in the bag and say to her, if you can get that party to £245, that pineapple mini is yours. So it's kind of like, you know, giving them something to work towards, giving them a goal to work towards. Like when you guys signed up, having a goal to get 500 PRV or 600 PRV, to get your 500 PRV, you know, your shooting star or your sensational star. You start thinking about that, and we coach you as a sponsor. We coach you to be able to do those things. Right, let's get you a group set up, and it's exactly the same thing. You need to treat your customers that are borrowing your bags, that are borrowing your goodies, if you like, as team members that you haven't yet got. And when you start treating them as team members that you haven't yet got, it's very easy then for when she brings in that £245 order for you to say, look, you've just done the job of a consultant and you might as well get paid on that, and I would be doing you a disservice if you didn't. And you could flip that party straight to her if you wanted a team. And it's a very easy way for you to get a team in. It's a very easy way for someone to say yes, because they're almost doing the job before they've done the job. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, I literally am just messaging people saying, hi hun, would you like my whiff bag? There's no mention of a bag party. There's no mention of a party. There's no mention of, you know, I'm not even saying a Borough bag. I'm literally just saying, would you like my whiff bag? And people are saying yes, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm not very good, because I've got more than one whiff bag. I am not very good at remembering where it goes and who's got what and all the rest of it. So I created this little system that I'm going to use on my computer, and I will upload it in here. So it's very straightforward. it basically is my borrow bag borrowers. That's what I'm going to call my people. Their name's going to go in here, and the date that they're going to borrow the bag is going in here. I'm going to print one of these off for each month. So this will be for February, for example. So in here, I'm going to write in the names of the customers that are borrowing the bags that have already agreed to it. In here, the date that they're taking it. I'm actually going to put their address in here because, you know, I've done that before and then can't remember who's got the bloody bag and where it is. And then I'm also going to put a date of when I'm going to arrange to pick it up from them. And then once I've picked up the bag, I've got a little follow-up column in there so I can actually pop them a message to see, you know, if they don't order there and then I will follow up with them and say, if you're going to open them, Ellis, take them in there. Sorry, guys, I've got like teenagers standing in front of me trying to open a massive bag of crisps. In the follow-up column, it's just a place where you can say, you know, if they don't order there and then you can go back to them and say, oh, hi, hon, you know, did you fancy ordering a 6-pack, 5 for the price of 1? Or if they do order, you've got your follow-up column there so that you can make sure that you're just checking in with them, you know, with the 332 method in terms of, you know, it's not called the 332 method, I can't remember what it's called, but basically sending them a message when they're thanking them for their order, sending them a message when their order arrives, checking in with them a week later to make sure that everything's okay, and then checking up on them again in 3 months' time to see whether they would like anything else if they haven't reordered. So that's what I am planning to do. So every person that has a whiff bag, my smell bag, and I'm advertising it all the time. Now, I'm advertising it on my page, but more importantly, I am just inboxing people and asking them, would you like my whiff bag? I'm not really giving them that opportunity. Now, once I've got these all set up, I will also keep them in the boot of my car until the weather turns a little bit warmer. And as I deliver my customer orders, it's a perfect opportunity to say to your customers, oh, I'm going to, do you want a whiff bag? I've got one in the boot of my car. And again, as soon as you leave, you start the host coaching process. The process of showing them, you know, how to collect orders, you know, how to advertise it on their social media, or, you know, offering their friends to come around for a cup of tea or a glass of wine or whatever, or taking the bag to their mother-in-law's because that's where they're going for Sunday dinner this week. You know, all of those things, because we know that as soon as people start smelling those fragrances, they're going to buy them more than likely. Okay, as soon as people get those fragrances under their noses, they're very likely to buy them. And half of the time, half of the problem is getting the fragrances under people's noses. Now, what I will also ask people is when they come to order, I will say, don't collect any money. Literally, you get them once they've filled in their order form, make sure their mobile number's on there and give them my mobile number, because my mobile number will be on there, and I will either text them or call them to arrange for payment details, because I will always say to my customers, you don't need to take charge of any money. I will do all of that. Not only that, it is a perfect way for you then to build a relationship with that brand new person, because ideally, if Michelle takes this bag to her work and it's in an office full of 70 women and they've all gone back to work and this is literally pumping out in their office and sitting on, you know, Michelle's desk, you know, think of that. There could be 70 people there that potentially want to borrow that bag. Now, if that happens, you can also do what we call like a pass the parcel bag. So if you've not seen this before, basically it would be where you would say, not a problem, you can pass, say for example, Michelle takes it to work and now Sarah wants to borrow the bag. Sarah loves it and she wants to take it home. So she would say to me, oh, I've got a friend that really wants to borrow the bag. I would say to her, look, give me her address and I will take the restock items to her address. So the restock items are going to be hopefully the wool fan diffuser, because hopefully Michelle has managed to get her £245 worth of orders. She's got her wool fan diffusers. So I will need to take another wool fan diffuser, a mini warmer or whatever to Michelle's house and say so that she's got her carrots to get orders. Now, one of the other things that the American consultant did, which I quite liked, then obviously once you go to Sarah's house, you can arrange with Sarah when you're going to pick that borrow bag up, unless Sarah wants to pass it on to a friend, and so forth. That's how it works. And obviously you can restock things like the sample pack and the order forms. You literally just go in there. Basically, they take away the smells and you restock everything else. Now, one of the other things the American consultant did, which I quite liked, was during that time, for example, when, you know, Michelle takes in her bag to the office and let's say 10 of Michelle's friends all then order, they would maybe all get put into a drawer for, which we call like a mystery host drawer. And it might be that everybody that orders will go into a drawer and she can pick somebody out to win the perpetual reward or to take the perpetual reward. So as well as their order, they might get, for example, a half price item that's attached to the party. The perpetual reward is supposedly for, you know, enticing hosts in. If you don't know what your perpetual reward is, read up about it. It's all in the catalogue. I know that, like, you know, lots of us take that perpetual reward as a half price item. But if you read your catalogue under page 45, it will tell you that, hold on, get another half price credit when your guests host their own party and you attend. It's called the perpetual reward. So if you didn't know that, that information is up there. You can search perpetual reward on the workstation. It will tell you how it works. But again, it's another enticement for your customers. You know, you can say to them, everybody that then orders, they go into a mystery drawer. There will be, you know, it's completely chosen at random, and boom, you can give away a half price item or some free credit, for example. So if, for example, as well, you've only got, you know, a smaller bag of testers, not a problem. If you've got as well, maybe I've got a whole black sack of old testers, you could make up lots of little borrow bags. You know, why not get 6 or 7 bag parties out there working for you? Why not get, you know, 6 of your best customers, all with a whiff bag, all smelling the fragrances, all got 5 order forms, and say to them, look, I'm challenging you to see if you can get those 5 order forms all filled up. See if you can get 5 people to order, give them to your friends. You know, one of my friends, one of my customers, is on, like, she lives on an old people development. Old people development, that's not what they're called, you know what I mean? An elderly, like, retirement development, that's what I meant. But she takes her Scentsy sometimes over to, like, the club where they all play bingo. And I'll be like, take that with you. You might be able to give out the order forms. So there's always a way where people can be getting orders for you, and in fact, they're partying. They just don't realise they're partying. And that's the mindset that you guys need to get into, to be like, right, how am I going to party without partying? Now, obviously, if you then meet somebody that absolutely falls in love with it and they're like, oh my God, I absolutely love it, straight away you can ask the question, right, you've got your stuff now, why don't we book a party? Let's book a party and let's get you all the freebies. You know, you might deliver 5 new people their goodies, and out of those 5, one of those people says to you, oh my God, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. Let's get you some free stuff then. Let's book a party. So start thinking about your whiff bag. Start thinking about your borrow bag. Be a little bit more intentional about what you're giving out, what you're actually giving them. As I say, for a really long time, my customers have just had this with some catalogues in there, or a catalogue in there. And when I watched this training, I felt really inspired. I was like, no, do you know what? I am going to start turning this into an actual party. I am going to start saying to people, I want to bring my bag of smells to your office. Who would like these delivered to their office to make their office smell amazing? And it will include a Wolfhound diffuser and pods that's brand new that you can borrow. If you don't have a Wolfhound diffuser that you can give somebody, when you get credit next, maybe purchase one. And you know, you could give it out as a borrow to start with. You could give it out as a borrow item. And if you're really clever, you could say to people, if you can collect orders when you give out those catalogues, you can actually have this for half price. And all you do is you use the perpetual reward to be able to buy them one half price, brand spanking new. So it's well worth investing in pods and a Wolfhound diffuser, especially the new Wolfhound diffuser. It's gorgeous, it's that dark grey, and it's absolutely amazing. But I just think this is a really good way of you being able to connect with more people, but not actually being physically in people's homes. If people are not saying yes to party, I have asked 20 people this month to party. I've got 1 person that said yes, but I've also got 4 borrow bags that are going out, or bag parties going out in the next few days. You know, even if they only come back with a warmer and some wax for themselves, it doesn't matter. It's an opportunity. I'm also going to ask them to refer me to a friend. Every single person, could you refer me to a friend? If an order just comes back for them, could you refer me to someone that you think would really like this bag of smells? I would love to go and drop it off to them. So there's lots of ways where you can get in contact and you can network with more people. So I just wanted to share that with you all. I hope you like the idea. I hope you thought, do you know what, that's something that I could do. If you've watched this and you think it's really useful, pop your comments, your thoughts below. And if you're watching it on the replay, hashtag replay as well. And tag your team as well, because I actually think this could be really useful for everybody going forward. Anyway, happy Wednesday evening, guys. And I've been talking long enough, and I'll speak to you soon.